Hey everyone! Before we go any further, it helps to understand who the Rosicrucians are and why their ideas exist. These teachings were not created by accident, and they were not meant to confuse people or sound mysterious or secretive. Instead, they grew out of a long human effort to understand life itself, why we are here, what our purpose might be, how we grow as people, and what may exist beyond what we can see with our eyes. For as long as humans have been alive, they have asked these questions, and the Rosicrucian teachings are one attempt to offer thoughtful answers. The Rosicrucian idea begins with something very simple but important. A human being is more than just a body that thinks and moves. A person is also a spirit, something deeper that slowly grows, changes, and learns through many different experiences. This growth does not happen all at once. It takes time, patience, and effort. Just like a small seed already holds the future tree inside it, every person carries hidden possibilities within them. With the right experiences and choices, those possibilities can slowly develop and become stronger. From this point of view, life on Earth is not just one short trip from birth to death. Instead, it is part of a much longer journey that continues beyond a single lifetime. People grow step by step, learning lessons along the way. They are helped by higher beings who work quietly in the background. These beings are not described as distant gods sitting far away, but as wise helpers who understand human nature and human struggles. Their role is to guide humanity gently, not by force, but by offering teachings that people are ready to understand. Because people and cultures are different, these teachings have not always looked the same. Different groups of people have received different ideas at different times. That is why religions have looked so different across history. Early people needed simple symbols, stories, and clear rules to guide them. As time passed and societies became more complex, people were ready for ideas about responsibility, fairness, kindness, and inner growth. Each stage helped humanity move a little further forward. When we look at history, this pattern becomes clearer. About 600 years before the Common Era, important spiritual ideas appeared in many places at once. In China, Confucian teachings helped shape society by teaching respect, order, and moral behavior. In India, the Buddha shared ideas about suffering, compassion, and inner peace that reached millions of people. In Greece, thinkers like Pythagoras encouraged people to move beyond fear and superstition and to use reason and careful thought. Each teaching fit the people and the time in which it appeared. Later, doubt and questioning became stronger, especially as people began to think more deeply and challenge old ideas. After that, Christianity grew in the West, especially during the Middle Ages. During this time, belief was often enforced by authority instead of understanding. Many people followed rules because they were told to, not because they truly understood them. This back-and-forth movement between faith and doubt is not seen as a failure in Rosicrucian thought. Instead, it is seen as a natural cycle. People need both feeling and thinking to grow in a balanced and healthy way. When modern science began to focus mainly on the physical world, spiritual meaning slowly faded into the background. Many people started to believe only in what could be measured or proven. At that point, another change was needed. This is where the Rosicrucian movement appeared again. In the 13th century, a spiritual teacher known by the symbolic name Christian Rosenkreuz, or Christian Rose Cross, began what later became known as the Order of the Rosy Cross. This group did not advertise itself or try to gain attention. It worked quietly as a school for deeper understanding, open only to those who were ready for serious inner learning. Its goal was not fame, wealth, or power. Instead, it focused on understanding the deeper laws of life and helping humanity grow wiser over time. Learning in this tradition was slow and careful, not rushed or dramatic. These mystery schools were organized to reflect patterns found in nature. Just as nature follows order, balance, and rhythm, these schools did the same. They were guided by 12 visible members and one unseen leader, a structure meant to reflect harmony rather than control. Some members worked openly in the world, influencing science, art, medicine, and ways of thinking. Others worked silently behind the scenes, offering guidance without being known. Joining such a school did not make someone wise overnight. It was only the beginning of a long learning process, much like starting school does not make someone a teacher. According to these teachings, true spiritual growth cannot be bought or sold. Anyone who claims special titles or charges money for spiritual power is not considered genuine. Real students work quietly and patiently, without chasing fame, money, or praise. Over time, Rosicrucian ideas are said to have influenced Western thinking through people like Paracelsus and Bacon. This influence did not come from direct teaching, but from inspiring new ways of thinking. Their goal was to reduce cold, empty material thinking and bring meaning, purpose, and spirit back into science. As the modern world continued to develop, a new problem appeared. Religion and science began to move farther apart. Many people felt religious ideas were true in their hearts, but their minds rejected them because they could not be proven in a scientific way. This caused inner conflict and confusion. The Rosicrucian Fellowship was formed to help close this gap. It did not ask people to leave their religions or reject science. Instead, it offered explanations that made spiritual ideas easier to understand and think about. People were encouraged to keep their beliefs while also learning what those beliefs truly meant beneath the surface. The fellowship was open to many people, but it had clear rules. Spiritual knowledge was never sold or traded for money. Subjects like astrology or palm reading were taught only for self-learning and self-awareness, not for profit. The focus was always on personal effort, self-reliance, honesty, and helping others. According to this view, real growth cannot come from depending on groups, seances, or outside powers. Each person must grow on their own, learning to think clearly and act responsibly. In this way, any inner strength or understanding a person gains truly belongs to them and cannot be taken away. This way of thinking also included healing. In the past, spiritual guidance and healing were often closely connected. While modern medicine has achieved great success in treating the body, an important question remains: how can people stay truly healthy in every way? The Rosicrucian view says humans are affected not only by their bodies, but also by their thoughts, emotions, and inner lives. True healing must care for all parts of a person, not just physical symptoms. Clean living, clear thinking, useful knowledge, and inner balance were all considered important. Because of this belief, the Rosicrucians established Mount Ecclesia in California. It was chosen for its peaceful surroundings and healthy climate. It was meant to be a place for learning, healing, and spiritual service, not a symbol of power or control. Healing there was seen as coming from a higher divine source, with people acting only as helpers and guides. This leads to the biggest question of all: life and death. No matter who we are, death will eventually come. When people are young and healthy, it is easy to ignore this fact and focus only on daily life. But sooner or later, everyone is forced to think about what death means. Taking someone else's answer is never enough. Each person must face this question for themselves and think it through. Many cultures have used symbols to talk about this mystery. The Sphinx, for example, represents the challenge of understanding life. Those who cannot answer the question live in fear and confusion. Those who do understand learn that death is not an ending, but a change from one state of existence to another. When this idea is accepted, fear of death begins to fade. There are three main ideas about life. One says life ends with the body, and that thinking comes only from matter. Another says the soul is created at birth and judged forever based on one short life. The third, which the Rosicrucians support, teaches rebirth. This idea says the spirit lives many lives, slowly learning, improving, and growing wiser over time. Rebirth helps explain why life sometimes seems unfair. It suggests that our situations are shaped by past choices, not as punishment, but as chances to learn and improve. Growth takes time, just like in nature. Work is followed by rest. Life is followed by death, and death is followed by new life. Most people do not remember past lives, not because they never existed, but because forgetting helps us focus on the present life. Sometimes small memories appear, especially in children. For those trained to see more deeply, rebirth is not just a belief, but something they observe and understand directly. From this view, humanity is like a school. Each life is a new grade, and each challenge is a lesson meant to help us grow. Progress depends on effort, learning, and choices. No one is rewarded or punished forever. Everyone moves forward in their own time. What we become depends not on fate, but on how we use the chances we are given. This is the base of the Rosicrucian teachings. They focus on understanding instead of fear, learning instead of blind belief, and steady growth through experience, responsibility, and thoughtful living.